Welcome to another episode of Road to Recovery with your host, Recovery Lord. But you see New York going across the chest because, of course, this is who I'm running with the home team. So we need them to win tonight. We need everybody positive, energy on this one. But quick shout outs. So shout out to, I'm gonna give myself a shout out. This will be the first time I've did that. So shout out to me for doing 2 groups this week, even though my schedule is a lot. It's a lot, but we gotta strike while the iron is hot. We have to. I gotta make sure you see the whole 157th Street station and the one, because this is the station in Manhattan, in Sugar Hill, Washington Heights. But even though I love saying Harlem and this and that, okay, we're being technical, that I partially grew up on. So I'm also going to give a shout out to my parents. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters. Zach, I ain't hear from you in a minute, man. What's going on, baby? You still coming in the homeroom? What's going on? What's up with that, Uncle Jeff? Where you at, Uncle Jeff? I've been seeing you on the... Oh, I want to give a shout out to Alexis. Alexis, I'm not going to say your last name because I ain't going to do you like that, but Lele Sweets, happy belated birthday, Lele Sweets. Keep up the good work, raising your kids and being a family-orientated person. And when you don't leave me mentions, you don't leave comments and all that, but when I go through the analytics, I can see that you be dialed in with us. So shout out to Alexis on the high end, affectionately known as Lele Sweets. So what do I want to talk about today? Developing a recovery mindset. Developing a recovery mindset. And before we get into this, I want to ask you, what is a recovery mindset to you? What do you view a recovery mindset to be? Is it what you say yes to? Is it what you say no to? Is it what your mind is closed to? Or what is it open to? What is that? What's a recovery focused mindset? So, recovery from addiction is more than just quitting substances. It's about transforming your entire way of thinking. This journey requires a shift in perspective where you move from merely surviving to actively building a life that supports long-term recovery. Sobriety, developing a recovery-focused mindset is one of the most important steps that you can take towards lasting change. You got to make sure this change is up here. Somebody asked me for change this weekend. And, true change comes from within. That's a slick way of saying no, ain't it? So what is a recovery-focused mindset? A recovery-focused mindset is a way of thinking that prioritizes your sobriety and well-being above all else. It involves recognizing that recovery is a lifelong process and that your thoughts, habits, and daily choices all play a role in your success. Instead of seeing recovery as something you have to endure, you begin to embrace it as a positive, empowering journey of growth and self-discovery. So, a recovery-focused mindset is you prioritizing your sobriety, which is you prioritizing you and not waiting for somebody else to love you. And the tricky thing in recovery And an addiction is sometimes we waiting for people to love us more than we hate ourselves. That's a lot. And even if somebody is skilled enough to do that here and there, nobody can do that for somebody on a permanent basis, on the regular. So that's asking too much. Second thing they saying, recovery is a lifelong process. So you can't sit here and think, okay, I watched Recovery Lord videos 2 months ago, so I'm better now. It's something you have to continually be a part of and acknowledge, because we are really, really trying to get better. We don't want to just talk a good talk. We want to walk that good walk that go along with that, so that we not a damn walking and talking contradiction where somebody know exactly what to say, but when it's time to put action behind that, now they lost in the sauce like ragu. And you knowing what to say in 2026 with ChatGPT, with Claude, with all this damn AI, you knowing what to say is not impressive, because your actions are always going to speak louder than your words. And then the last part, recovery is something that you start to, instead of enduring, you embrace. When you endure something, it's a punishment. The example I've been using in live group this week is, you got some people, you got some men, and you got some women who are enduring being a parent. Some women are enduring being a mother. And some men are enduring being a father. And when a woman is enduring being a mother, she fucking complain about everything she got to do for them damn kids. Because everything she has to do for them is a form of punishment, because it's something she doesn't want to do. It's something she has to endure. Same thing with a dad. And we gotta talk about this right before Father's Day, because it's gonna be a lot of men that's gonna use they kids not talking to them and all that as an excuse and a trigger to get sloppy ass drunk or to get high as a damn kite. But you got some men that's just enduring being a father. When people embrace it, you get more value. It's more value in you embracing that. Then that's when those mother-daughter relationships are different. That's when the mother-son relationships are different, when you embrace it, because you embracing and embodying everything that comes with it. Same thing with recovery. If you have to endure it, you might have a PO that's clocking you and making sure you don't smoke no damn weed or have a drink. Or you might have to do it because you court ordered. That's enduring group. But when you embrace it, a lot of this make a lot of sense. And it's exactly what we need to hear. And the stepping stones and the blocks we need to change our life. So this mindset means accept that recovery is a process. It is not a destination. So you can't just address it one time and you're healed. It's a damn miracle. I know some people think they go to church one time and they get some water on their naps, or they put some water in their kitchen or on their Caesar, and they automatically go into heaven. You got to put work in that. It's not just a one-time, one and done type of thing. Recognize and challenge negative thoughts that could lead to relapse. To relapse, you got to stop. So if you drinking every goddamn day, that's not a relapse. That's you maintaining your addiction. If you're smoking every day, that's not a relapse. You got to stop to relapse. And you got to recognize and challenge negative thoughts. You can't just allow them to dance in your head. And sometimes negative thoughts don't always come off as negative. It's I already did what I had to do. Now we can turn up. Sometimes celebrating is just as negative as negative thoughts. Stay open to learning new coping skills and life skills, strategies and life skills. New coping strategies and life skills. When do we use coping skills? And before you watch the rest of the video right now, leave me a comment and tell me, when do we use coping skills? Some people are going to say you use them all the time. You use them every day. The correct answer is you use them when needed. When do you need them? When you can't change something. When something is what it is. When you miss people, and just because you pray about you missing them and you love them that much, they still not coming back. And because that's a reality you can't change, you have to learn to cope with that. When you live somewhere and you don't have enough money to pick up and change people, places, and things like that. So, and you kind of in a moment right now, you dealing with what you're dealing with, and you stuck with where you're at. You got to learn how to cope with that, things that you can't change. And the advice I've been given to group all week is, when you have a toolbox full of coping skills, you're not supposed to have a toolbox full of goddamn hammers. Or a toolbox full of screwdrivers. It's supposed to be different tools in there. That way, if one tool doesn't work, you can try another one. But if you got 15 and 20 of the same thing, and what do I hear all the time? I guess the number one coping skill is, oh, I'm going to just listen to music. And then what they don't say is, and they listening to Mask On, Mask Off, Molly Percocet, and wondering why them cravings is popping. Or Pop the Molly and I'm sweating. That'll get him a gold album. That'll get your ass, potentially, and unfortunately, it could get you a trip to the ERA. Cultivate patience and self-compassion as you navigate challenges, and shift your focus from what you've lost to what you are gaining. Positive and deep, impactful statement. So I'm going to repeat that one. Shift your focus from what you've lost to what you are gaining. When you adopt a recovery-focused mindset, you begin to approach challenges with a problem-solving attitude rather than one of defeat. Coming in already talking about your weaknesses. Before you even have a problem, you know they got manic depressant. You know their anxiety is through the roof. You know they didn't get help for their mental health when they were younger. So they're only operating on the level of a 15-year-old. An excuse is like an asshole. And at this point, on June 10th, 2011th, whatever today's date is, we all depressed. So stop trying to make people seem like they special and they got too much going on to rise to the occasion. Stop giving these people all these damn excuses. We all have anxiety. The only difference is we treat it and react to it differently. Some of us acknowledge it, that we have it, and we go about dealing with it in an appropriate way. And some of us, go to a bar, get drunk, then want to apologize after the fact. That's what I used to do when I was Barack Obama. I'm going to get drunk all Saturday, and I'm going to spend Sunday morning asking for forgiveness and apologizing for all the ignorant shit I said on Saturday that some people gonna laugh at. But see, some people laughing at you, they damn sure not laughing with you. And some people embarrassed by. Okay, all right, you're right. Let's just stay focused on, let me just read off the paper. So, stay motivated. So with a problem-solving attitude rather than one of defeat, this shift helps you stay motivated. Recovery can be tough and setbacks happen, but with the right mindset and motivation, you'll see obstacles as learning opportunities instead of reasons to give up. So as soon as certain things happen, we looking for reasons and ways to give up. And that's a victim mentality where we looking for the off-ramp. People don't want to put the work in to being your father. They don't want to put the work in on being your mother. They can't wait for you to give them an excuse and a reason to give up on you. Spoiler alert. Just in case you didn't know that already. So instead of looking at things as a reason and an excuse to give up and to have a drink, use those as motivation. Even though I'm going through this now, I am motivated to make sure this hopefully never happens again in my life. Reduce the risk of relapse. When you prioritize your sobriety, you make choices that support your recovery rather than jeopardize it. Improve your mental and emotional health. A positive mindset reduces stress, anxiety, and self-doubt, helping you build confidence in your ability not only to stay sober, but to meet life head on. Improve your mental and emotional health. What frustrates me is seeing people who let the same weaknesses from last year affect this year. The same weaknesses from 2 years ago affect the here and now. Stop holding on to these weaknesses and this mental health. These excuses are here waiting for you to use them. And a weak person, but see, that's why they call it welfare. Because when you flip the words around, it's farewell. Farewell to the person you could have been. Because I want you to bend to benefit in this box that you check off. And before you even come into this building, make sure you bring your weaknesses with you. And I'm going to pay you for being weak. And there's so many people now in the here and now, even young people who haven't even started trying to build a 401k and already trying to get their SSI. Before you even lived life, you trying to have the same life as somebody 68 or whatever retirement age is now. You trying to check the goddamn mailbox once a month. You want that to be your life while you in the prime of it. Don't let them break your spirit with that. 7 tips for creating a recovery-focused mindset. You're right. I'm going on a tangents. Passionate about it. Going on a tangents. Najiramba. Let me do it. Okay. Woo. Okay, now that we got all that out the way. So 7 tips for creating a recovery-focused mindset. Developing this mindset takes time, But with intentional effort, you can shift your perspective and create a solid foundation for your recovery. Here are some ways to cultivate a recovery focused mindset. And I know by now we already got a pen. I know that because y'all know how we do. And by now, think about your book, your notebook that you've been taking these notes in from the time we first started this until now. You write in your own holy tablets. You got enough to where right now you can go get a job as a peer recovery specialist, and the average peer recovery specialist makes $25 an hour and more. And look at all the groups I'm giving. You got groups to operate and run on now. That's what a recovery focused mindset would be on. So the first tip that they have for creating a recovery focused mindset is start each day with intention. Begin your morning by reminding yourself of your commitment to recovery. This could be through journaling, reading an inspirational quote, looking at a Recovery Lord video, wink, wink, or simply setting a daily goal that aligns with your sobriety. Starting the day with a positive focus helps you stay on track and reinforces your purpose. Be intentional with your life. You only got one that you're going to be able to live unless you getting high bumping Tina Marie. I've been here before. And you one of these reincarnation people. And you want next time you're going to be a millionaire and a cowboy and all. Look. Focus on the here and now. Live with intention. More specifically, live with positive intention. Because let's be honest, some of us are living with intention. Unfortunately, because we're allowing our addiction to do the thinking for us, we're living with negative intent. 2, challenge negative thinking. Addiction often fuels self-doubt and negative thought patterns. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this or I'll never change, stop and reframe those thoughts. Replace them with positive statements like, recovery is hard, but I am capable, or I am making progress every day. Over time, this practice will help you build resilience and confidence. You got negative thoughts, you better check them. Or in the words of a famous philosopher, you better chickadee check yourself before you goddamn riggedy. You're right. Surround yourself with support. Number 3, the people you spend time with influence your mindset. Surround yourself with people, with supportive friends, family members, or peers who encourage your recovery. Consider joining a recovery support group, such as AA, where you can share experiences and gain insight from others on the same journey. Number 5, practice gratitude. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what's missing to what's going well in your life. Each day, take a moment to acknowledge something you're grateful for, whether it's a small victory in recovery, a supportive friend, or simply the opportunity to start fresh. This simple habit can improve your overall outlook on life. You carry gratitude in your heart because they say God and the devil do not occupy the same space. 5, develop healthy coping strategies. Stress and emotions can trigger cravings, but a recovery-focused mindset means recognizing and preparing for these challenges. Find healthy ways to cope, such as exercise, meditation, creative activities, or talking to a trusted friend. The more tools you have, the easier it will be to navigate difficult moments without turning to substances. I think I touched on that already. So how about I was ahead of schedule on that one. 6, set goals for the future. A strong recovery mindset includes looking forward towards what's next. Set short-term and long-term goals that excite and motivate you. Whether it's improving relationships, pursuing new hobbies, or advancing in your career, having a vision of your future keeps you engaged in recovery and gives you something to work towards. We talked about it before, and we talked about SMART goals. That's the recipe or the acronym or the blueprint they suggest. And we remember that the S stands for specific. The M stands for measurable. The A is achievable or attainable. The R is realistic. And the T is a timeline or time frame. You don't ever want to say, my goal is to get a car. Next year, my goal is to get a car. The year after that, my goal is to get a car. It don't take 4 and 5 years to get a goddamn car. Be about it. Be about that life. And let's not stand on 10 toes when it comes to matching somebody's petty, but stand on 10 toes when it comes to keeping our promises to ourselves that we made. You'll start trusting yourself more when you do that. And number 7, celebrate your progress. Recovery isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress. Recognize how far you've come. Even if you've experienced setbacks, every day sober is a success. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you will develop a more compassionate and resilient mindset. That's it. That's how we can build a recovery-focused mindset. How we can have a Mamba mentality about getting better and being better and living as long as we can and improving our life. Because according to ABC or whatever channel it comes on, you only got one life to live. And on that note, we're going to put our brown, light skin, white, no judgment. We're going to put our hands together and we're going to say things like, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Keep coming back. More will be revealed for you, by you, because of you. We pray for the addict who picked up for the first time today. We pray for the addict who lost their life today. We pray for the one who put that foolishness down for the last time today, and everyone in between. I appreciate the new subscribers, and I look forward to the comments telling me that this was a damn good group and I'm the best counselor currently in the state of Maryland. You're right. I can't force it, but to hear it would be kind. Oh, and go New York, go New York, go. I will be watching the game. Yes, I will be. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Road to Recovery with your host, the trademark recovery lord.